guys, this is Maka here bringing you another Nintendo Box video, and today I actually have a video about a game I am very excited for, and I would say only behind Splatoon, and even I'm more excited for this game than I am Zelda U, which is saying something seeing as Zelda is my favourite series of all time. This game is, of course, as you might have heard about it, Xenoblade Chronicles X, and this game looks insane and it looks like such a cool game. But today I'm not talking about that solely. I'm kind of talking about my opinions on a thought that has been just circling around my mind for the past couple of days. And that is that, did Nintendo get a real coup when they got this studio? Did Nintendo get some of the most talented JRPG makers around? Because I think very possibly they did. And I know this is a few years back, but it was just kind of on my mind. I wanted to talk about it. So here's just some of the opinions that I have, guys. So if you want to listen, then please do. So my first opinion was that Final Fantasy is now getting a little stale, and it's been a lot of installments. I believe they're working on the 15th Final Fantasy, just in the main series. There's also been games like Final Fantasy Tactics. So that is definitely a series that has been very long, and they might just be running out of ideas, because I know a lot of them haven't been getting critical acclaim. And Final Fantasy is such an influential thing and such an influential franchise in gaming history, yet at the moment it's not getting put up on that pedestal, just because simply people have kind of had enough of it. There's been a lot of Final Fantasy, and I'm not saying that necessarily people are getting bored of it, but I think that definitely it has been a bit overdone and people are looking for something that is a bit more fresh and a bit more new. And Xenoblade was definitely something that did that, the original Xenoblade Chronicles. And before that, Monolith had even had success with things like Xenogears, which was a game that I know was beloved by many of the people that played it. And many of the people that played it actually thought that it was a better game than Final Fantasy VII. And that is really loved in the gaming community, so that's really saying something. And no, I'm not saying that Nintendo are they've got the best JRPG maker. I'm not saying that just because, you know, I'm being a Nintendo fanboy or anything. I'm just saying my genuine opinion. Now granted, I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles, but I've seen footage of it, I've watched a few playthroughs, and also I'm just really hyped for the new game. So I kind of have an opinion on this matter. I just wanted to share it. And I've got some other points as well, which is Monolith Soft were always very established in making awesome RPGs. I've just went through a couple of the RPGs that they made, and they don't just do Xenogears and Xenoblade. They also had a couple of other RPGs that don't come to my mind, not the title of them. The title doesn't come to my mind, but I know that they were quite well received as well. And it's just something that is kind of a really good thing about Xenoblade Chronicles, because it has a really large following in the West, relatively speaking, and obviously it's not as large as what Final Fantasy is, but when you consider the other games that make it over to the West that have a tiny following and just sell in tiny little bits, and it's only a cult following. I mean, granted Xenoblade Chronicles is, but there are games such as Dragon Quest, which has been going on forever. I believe they're making Dragon Quest X, or it's just been released. So, and that doesn't really have the following in the West, or at least I don't believe it does, that Xenoblade Chronicles did have on the Wii. And that's different because that's on a handheld, and that's on the 3DS, and that has a larger install base than Xenoblade Chronicles X will have on the Wii U. And also there's other games that come to mind, like Breath of Fire and Shining Force. Those series never got as much of a great reception as Xenoblade Chronicles did, in recent times anyway. And to me, guys, I just think that, although I've been rambling a bit, what I want you to take from this video is that personally I think that Monolith Soft are a really exciting company, and I know that in the past couple of days they've actually, I believe it was today, they actually came out and said that this game, Xenoblade Chronicles X, is setting the groundwork for all the rest of their HD games, which should make them a little bit quicker to make, and they will just slightly improve on this engine, which this engine looks pretty awesome, and the environments look cool, and there's those massive creatures that you have to fight, which is insane. and there's just so many cool things about it. So I am really excited. I'm so hyped for this game. This is my second most hyped game of 2015, and also I'm just looking forward to what Monolith Soft can do after, because behind maybe a couple of the EAD development teams, I think that Monolith Soft are possibly my favourite developer. They are very, very good at what they do, and it's very specialised what they do, but they are one of the best at it. So I thought it was a real coup when Nintendo got them the other year, and I think it's proving out to be one, and I think it's just something that can be exciting for all of us as Nintendo customers. Before, for a little while, Nintendo kind of fell down on that when Final Fantasy left, and it wasn't really supporting Nintendo home consoles that much. So it's just something cool to have. Guys, what are your opinions on this? I'd really like to discuss it with you. I'm sure you have some really strong opinions on it. I'm sorry I've rambled in this video. I know I have a lot, but I was excited to bring it out to you guys, and I just wanted to bring it out as soon as I can, and I tend to ramble. So please like this video, comment down below guys, and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. I've been Maka, you've been watching another Nintendo Box video. Bye guys.